Hey guys, DJman255 here, and welcome to another video. Today's video, I'll be talking about my piercings. Just a quick side note, I will suggest you obviously get pierced by a proper piercer and don't do it yourself, or get a friend to do it if they're not a professional piercer. Number 2 is I will not be going over pain levels. Pain levels are different for everyone, and I don't want to give anyone a false expectation of how much pain they'll be in. So, let me start off with piercing number 1. Or 1 and 2 technically, is my snake bites. So I got these back in 2 years ago, I think around July-ish. I got them done at a hairdresser, and I'll tell you, I will never do that again. So, obviously, you're going to notice this if you're a piercer, or if you just know a bit about piercings, that these are way too fucking low. Just have a look and just fucking let that sink in for you. I'm not a piercer, I don't know anything about piercings. When I got these, I did a bit of research, just look it up, pain levels, all that kind of shit. Obviously pain levels are different for everyone, but they're way too low, and I only think I realised this last year, or even just around this year. Like, I got comments from people telling me they were too low, but it really sunk in this year when I tried to put 10mm rings in. I don't know if they come any bigger than 10s, but 10mm do not fit in, and they fucking, like, I don't know if it's just because my lip's big, or because of how low it is. Like, look how fucking low it is. So they're really low, and I couldn't fit a 10mm ring in. It literally, I got it around, I closed it, but it was squashing my lip. It fucking hurt. Like, it didn't hurt that much, but it was enough to, like, it felt different, but it was different to the point where it was kind of pinching a little bit, and I was like, well, this can't be right. So yeah, I had to take them out, and I had these like fucking lines across my lip where the rings sat. So yeah, I might get it re-pierced in the future, but if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go for a Lebret, or a vertical Lebret, or even then I might just go spider bites instead of snake bites. So I'll have to get them both re-pierced. I can't have these because they're way too low. Piercing number 3 is my nose. I've had it done for about 4 to 5 months now. So I started off with a stud, so I got it pierced with a stud, and it was a corkscrew. So this, you'd think it wouldn't fall out as much, but I pulled it out twice. I pulled it out twice, accidentally. Like, once was in the shower, and I think once was when I was in bed, and I just fucking wiped my hand across and fucking pulled it out. That was not the painful part, however. Jamming it back in was the painful part. Both of those times, I got Taylor to do it. I just could not do it. I was just like, fucking hell, this hurts too much, I can't do it. Because I was just fucking, I was too much of a pussy to just jam it in my nose, and I was like, Taylor, you can do it, and she was like, yeah, right. So she got it back in both times, which I was really happy with. Both times I got a bit of a bump around the stud, so it kind of sat up a bit high, but that went away after a while. And most recently I got this ring, which was probably about a month or 2 ago. So let me tell you about the ring. So I bought the ring, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to get the piercer to try and do it herself. I'll do it. So I fucking pulled the stud out pretty easily, and I was sitting there with the ring. The problem with the ring was I'll show you, it's a kind of segmented, or not segmented, it's got like a little bit out of it. I think they're called a three-quarter ring. So you just kind of put it in, like, over your nose and then twist it through. The problem was, my nose is too, like, thick here, so it wouldn't go over. And that's where it became a problem, and I was like, well, fuck, I'm not going to be able to get this back in, so I'm going to go back to the corkscrew. I tried to put the corkscrew back in, and it just wouldn't go in. So Taylor had to go home, get her straight bar, put that in my nose, and tape it up for the night. I went back to Hair House the next day, and I got them to put the ring on, so they just used some, like, this plier tool to stretch the ring a bit further and put it over my nose, and it fit. I forgot to mention, the third piercing, which is my nose, was done at Hair House Warehouse. A lot of people say that they have problems with them. I found it alright. It was a lot better, obviously, than my first experience, which they did them fucking too low. So I'm going to tell you about my 4th and 5th piercing that I recently got, which technically has gone down to 4 now. It's my earrings. So I got my ears pierced, so there was the 4th, and the 5th was there, but it fell out in my sleep and I couldn't get it back in. So I'm going to get that re-pierced. But the reason why I did both ears is because I would like to stretch them. I'll probably go to 5/8 at the most, or something under there. I'm not going to go too big. 5/8 is still pretty big, but it's not going to be that big. My 2 ear piercings were done by a friend of mine, Jacinta. She has her own piercing shop. I'll put a link below for that, actually. She's really good, so I'm going to be going to her for the rest of my stuff. But yes, so these were my most recents. Obviously this one isn't in anymore, but yeah, so these were my most recent that got me inspired to do a piercing video. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.